Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to this Tuesday afternoon, March 4th. We're looking at window traders market profile of the ES and NQ. I'll tell you what, it's only Tuesday. I'm exhausted already. It's been a really good 2 days. It's awesome watching what short-term money can do, how they swing a market, what happens when the short covering stops, attempted price spikes again today, only to fail when whoever wanted to cover short-wise walked away, and then the momentum buying just dries up. If you remember the cartoon, The Roadrunner, when the coyote runs off the cliff and he goes about 30 feet and then he looks down, that's what happens to the momentum buyers when the short coverers walk away. That's exactly what happened to them. Okay? So the market got too short again today in A and B. Incredibly, we couldn't take out the IB low, only to rally hard. One time frame up for 4 hours in ES, get the IB high, go try to go trend up. ES continually failed to hold trend up. NQ had 3 sets. They were a triple distribution at one point, took them all back. And then once whoever was short covering said that's enough, that was it. For everything the Bulls did earlier or this afternoon, in the bigger picture, what did they do? In ES, they did nothing. They still hold the triple distribution from yesterday. They didn't even they got above the lower distribution for two time frames briefly, L and M. Now, at least NQ took back to trend day. They got rejected out of the upper distribution, but they took back yesterday's trend day. Righty had a trend day up, took it all back. So Righty ends with just the day's high and the day's low. NQ only ends with an afternoon pullback in H in the day's high and low, and ES just the day's high and low. Is over a $13 range. So if you open up inside of these ranges, you better have a very, very secure chin strap on the helmet you're going to have to wear because of the chop you're going to get. I also want to tell you something else that we talk about as people learn to trade and learn to profile, little nuances that have huge effects. So earlier today, now it's hard to see because we're in bigger increments, but earlier today when NQ came up and couldn't get 4 wide at A and the same with ES, although ES didn't get as close, I said that's a nuance. And what happened? They rolled over pretty good. Now it doesn't look that big, but again, I'm in 8-tick increments. Okay? That's a nuance. When we were 7 wide in ES, which had not been raised or lowered all day, and we spiked, I said to the room, I didn't say to the room when we came back down, I said to the room up here, we're 7 wide that can't be raised because halfback was above it. Now, it would be more important, a bigger nuance if we were 9 or 10 wide. I said, but the fact that we're 7 wide and it can't be raised, again, that's a nuance. Now, did I expect to go back to get 8 wide there? No, not today. But do you see how that little nuance played out? This is what I'm talking about all day in here. This is what we talk about. This market's had incredible ranges. People getting whipsawed, I'm sure. And we are cool and calm the entire day. There's no yelling. There's no screaming. I'm telling you in advance what I'm looking for. If things change, I'll tell you I'm neutral. So, again, wild day. We'll go over the charts again also since they keep changing dramatically. NQ now is definitely down on all 3 time frames. So is Righty. ES, I'm going to show you on the monthly, is still balanced for me. I didn't use January's low. I'm using November's low. ES almost got to the 200-day moving average. Just missed it. So we'll see. Maybe they get it tomorrow. Righty is 8 days below it. Remember when they started getting below it? Are they the canary in the coal mine? Well, quite possibly, as we've pushed lower. Everything was a short for me today except one long. So in A period, I took the short to get the overnight low. We opened, Drove down towards it, boom, got it very nicely. Then when it pushed up, I took a short against both the opening and the 144 that both played out. So a nice A period. They were getting very aggressive towards the end of A. So I said, I'm taking a short right on before the turnover, 5 lot. And it ripped. Beautiful trade. Just ripped below A's low. So that was very nice. I took a short in C when we filled the single prints that we had in B. So we had a trend A down. That failed in NQ and trend A's up. ES never, I don't know, wait, did ES go trend down? Actually, ES did go trend down and failed. I don't think I ever did that. Or an NQ, I don't think I even marked it. I don't believe I did. But anyway, so that was a nice short when it finally filled the single prints. D period, I shorted against the 144 in NQ. Got paid on that. Same in E period. Then E period finally started making its way up towards the opening. Next trade I took was F to get the IBI. It was only a 1 lot, but I got it. It was a nice trade. And then I took a short in I period against the overnight POC, which paid very nicely. Very responsive push off of it. And I took a short in L period against the single print fill the first time, which I got paid on. And then that was it. I just watched them and kind of chuckled to myself watching the damage that M period created. So the MGI, talk about how it gets mixed and everything else. Like today on my checklist sheet, the Bears won 3-1 in ES. In NQ, the Bulls won 3-2. So it was tight. And that's a function of because of how we were just going. We got too short, then we got too long, and they give it up. So the market is frisky right now. It's great ranges. You need to take advantage prudently when you have these ranges because they're not going to last forever. These ranges have been tremendous. Our volume today, tremendous, right? We're at 104 million in SPY. First time over 100 this year. We're averaging 50, so we're double the volume. Triple Qs is at 65 million. They average 33 million. Now, does that mean long-term money is in the market? I don't believe so. No, not with these swings. If long-term money was in the market, it would stay one way. It would either keep driving down and rip this market apart, or they would step in at some point and say, okay, enough of the selling, and drive it up. But they're not going to let these kind of moves happen back and forth like this. But it shows you what short-term players can do in both terms of range and, as of today, volume. Let's get to these charts. Those things constantly are changing here. I know these videos have been kind of long lately. So here's ES. Now, again, if you're calling it down, I don't have a problem with that if you're using January, but I'm using November. I think, including March, that's a 5-month balance for me. So I'm using November's low. Okay? That's me. So I'm calling it balance. The weekly, firmly down. Right? And the daily, also down. Remember I had called it balance yesterday? I said if the bears are really strong, we'll take out today's low. That's what they did. Down. Look at that candle. Talk about an indecisive candle. Look at the 200-day moving average. Right at it. Now, triple Qs got below the 200-day moving average. Last year they did it once all year and closed above it. Well, today they closed above it. A very indecisive candle. But they are down. Their monthly is now down. Remember I said I'm going to give it a little more time? Well, I'm calling it down now after the push lower today. And the weekly is certainly down. And then just on IWM, I want to show you the daily. Because they're the ones that have kind of started. And that's why I look at them. Look at the 200. NQ just got it today. ES missed it today. But IWM's been below it now. 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 8 days. the canary in the coal mine. Another very indecisive candle. So for now, 8 out of our 9 time frames are down. Does that mean the bull is dead? No, I don't. No, I don't, because I still don't see. I still don't see any excess at the all-time highs. We did wipe out a lot of overnight lows that were monthly and yearly lows. So we did take care of some poor structure and things of that nature down there. Can we go lower? Of course we can. But I don't think it's just like all over for the bulls. Okay? No, I don't think that. They have a lot of work to do now to regroup. But it remains to be seen. That's why I go home flat, unbiased, come in every morning with a clear head and see what is the market going to attempt to do today. I hope you was safe, let alone had a good day trading today in these past 5 or 6 days. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening. Rest up. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.